bag. "You're nothing but trouble. Useless, no good, worthless, stupid. If she was as worthless as he believed, then she should probably run into the ocean. But he'd be pleased to be free of her, and she was damned if she was going to do a single thing that might please him." Lately, she'd made it her life's focus to live down to the low opinion he had of her, not because she wanted to make trouble, but because his rules just didn't make sense and pleasing him was impossible. The cruelest part was that he wasn't even supposed to be here. The summer months were their oasis of time away from him, time spent with her siblings, her mother, and her grandmother, while her father stayed in the city and took his anger to work every day. She'd grown to love those precious weeks, when sunlight burst through the darkness and all she trailed into the house was sand and laughter. They stayed up late and woke in the mornings feeling lighter and happier. Some days they carried their breakfast to the beach and ate it there, right by the ocean. This morning's choice, her birthday breakfast, had been a basket of ripe peaches. She'd been wiping the juice from her chin when she'd heard the wheels of her father's car crunch on the gravel of the beach house. Her twin sister had turned pale. Her peach had slid slowly from her fingers and thudded onto the sand, the fruit instantly transformed from smooth to gritty. Like life, Fliss had thought, hiding her dismay. Her mother had panicked, thrusting her feet into her shoes while trying to tame wind-blown hair with a hand that shook like the branch of a tree in a storm. During the summer, she was a different woman. An outsider might have thought the changes were a result of the relaxed pace of beach life, but Fliss knew it was due to being away from their father. And now he was here, intruding on their blissful beach idyll. Her brother, calm as always, had taken control. It was probably just a delivery, he'd said, a neighbor. But they all knew it wasn't a delivery or a neighbor. Their father drove the same way he did everything, angrily, revving the engine and sending small stones flying. Angry was his calling card. Fliss knew it was him, and the sweet-tasting peach turned bitter in her mouth. She was used to her father ruining every part of her life, but now he was ruining summer, too? The cloudless blue sky seemed hazed with gloom, and she knew that until he left again, she was going to be dragging her bad mood around like a ball and chain. She was determined to see him as little as possible, which was why she'd chosen the beach over her bedroom. Her flip-flops hampered her pace, so she slowed and kicked them off. This time when she ran, her feet were silent, the sand cool and smooth under her soles. In the distance, she could see the white mist of surf erupting over rock, and she could hear the crash and hiss of waves advancing and retreating. Somewhere in the far distance, someone called her name, and she quickened her pace. She didn't want to see anyone, not like this, when she was raw and vulnerable. She always kept her feelings inside, but right now there didn't seem to be room for them all. They filled the space around her heart, made her head ache and her eyes sting. She wasn't going to cry. She never cried. She wouldn't give him the satisfaction. If her eyes were watering, it was because of the wind. "Fliss!" She heard her name again and almost missed her stride because this time she recognized the voice. Seth Carlyle. Oldest son of Matthew and Catherine Carlyle. Old money, wealthy, successful, smart, and decent. Classy. No skeletons in that family. No raised voices or kids quivering in fear. She was willing to bet Catherine Carlyle didn't virtually crawl around the walls in order to prevent herself drawing the attention of her husband. And she could never, in a million years, imagine Matthew Carlyle raising his voice. In the Carlyle house, plates would be a vessel for food, not a weapon for throwing. And she was sure Seth had never made his father feel ashamed or disgusted. He was the golden boy. He was also her brother's friend. If he knew she was upset, he'd tell her brother, and Daniel would once again step between her and their father. His protective instincts had put him in the firing line on more occasions than Fliss wanted to count. She didn't mind him doing it for her twin, because when Harriet was stressed, her stammer got so bad she couldn't always speak for herself. But Fliss didn't want him to do it for her. She could fight her own battles, and right now she felt like fighting to the death. Ignoring Seth's voice, she kept running. He wouldn't follow her. He'd return.